So what is the daemon? That's actually what we're going to be discussing in today's video. So the daemon is, in a sense, if we were going to contrive what it is, it would be your God form. It would be your God self. In a sense, the daemon is what you chose to incarnate as, and then it's what, as you incarnated, you got wrapped up in this illusion. You got wrapped up in this Maya and this matrix. And as you incarnated, you came into a physical body, right? A human body. And I say human because, in a sense, what you are, or what we are at our core, is actually a soul. What we are is spiritual in nature. We are frequencies and vibrations. What we consider this physical body is but just condensed frequencies, condensed matter, right? So as I, talk about it in that way, when you look at the way in which I communicate, in the way that I talk, it's not like a normal person, right? In the sense that most people they can channel mundane things very easily, but someone who is, in a sense, tapped into or connected with their daemon, which I have been for a very long time, at least since I was younger, we exhibit intelligence, we exhibit genius, right? So as you start to step into your daemon, this is when you start to become more intelligent. Maybe you already were intelligent as a kid and you expressed some ability in the form of music or in the form of studies, scholarship, philosophy, psychology, arts, baking, or cooking, right? In different forms of technology. These are ways in which you were able to express yourself, right? Maybe you were good at playing piano, and that's the way in which you expressed yourself. That would be the daemon. The daemon is channeling through you to create something and bring it into this world that is new through your imagination, through your creativity, right? If we were to look at someone an artist that heavily embraced their daemon was Jimi Hendrix, right? This was someone that, in a sense, was given a guitar, and then from that, they used that instrument to quantumly evolve themselves. If we look at Jimi Hendrix without a guitar, completely different picture, right? So he used the guitar as a tool, as a medium to push the limits of creation, of creativity, and then channel and create these great works of music, of art, these sonics and these frequencies, right? And as he did that, he was able to use his daemon to leave behind his magnum opus, right? And this is what it is to be a magician, to be an artist, to be a musician, right? We're leaving behind our great work. Like there's that inspiration that drives us to create, to become our greatest version, to, even if we don't want to keep creating, right? We might be frustrated with maybe our art in some way. We still continue to practice and keep on and keep going. That is the daemon. That is what is pushing us to always move forward and keep progressing, right? And on top of that, if we look at the ego versus daemon, which I actually just made a video about the ego. I definitely recommend that you guys, go watch that, go check it out. The ego mind is the limitations. The ego mind has been programmed to be what it is. But when you start to embrace your daemon, it's not a programming, rather, and you're not learning something new exactly, rather you're uncovering that which you already are, right? So by dissolving our ego, we are letting go of our limitations, we're letting go of our doubts. And that energy, or that space, isn't so much being taken up in our mind, but when you dissolve the ego, you now have the limitless and infinite potential of the creator inside. The ego is the glass that is full, that has already been filled. But the daemon is limitless expansion of yourself, limitless evolution, pure potential and growth. Your daemon is what you came here as to evolve, right? Because as you remember who you are and you wake up, you are waking up to the potential of your daemon. You're waking up to the pure potential of yourself. Now, going back a little bit, the daemon, the Greeks actually viewed the daemon as not being, in a sense, a part of us. I believe that they did. Okay, if we're going back to the Egyptians, if we were to call it what it is, they referred to it as Shay, which is, it's very funny because my name is O'Shea, and this is actually my job. This is my path. I help teach people the science on top of, helping them to become their greatest version, right? So just as I make these videos, I'm teaching of the daemon, I'm teaching of magic and sorcery, I'm teaching of the occult and psychology, right? So through me embracing everything that I teach, I'm expressing my daemon, while as also the concept of Shay is the concept of fate in Egypt, which is the daemon. Later on, they renamed the deity Shay into Agatheo Daemon. Then this is where we get the daemon from. The Shay was born within everybody as they first incarnated, and the Shay was your fate, what you were bound to, what you were meant to do in this incarnation. Everyone looks at fate as if it's like so negative, right? Oh, this is my fate. I'm destined. This is my fate to do this, right? But when we look at fate and destiny, it's very similar, right? It's your destiny to do this. You were meant to do this. You even incarnated to do this. You came into this simulation. You came into this game to become your greatest version, to forget who you were, to fall asleep into the illusion, and then to incarnate over and over again until you've realized this one thing: who you are, knowing thyself. And the moment that you know thyself, this is when you've integrated with the daemon. So I was talking about earlier about intelligence and the daemon. This is why when you see people that are skilled psychics or mediums, people that are good at magic or the occult, even someone that's really good at business, right? This is when they are expressing their daemon. This is when they're expressing their pure potential. We see someone expressing their daemon, right? To be highly intelligent or evolved with either within a certain subject or within knowing yourself and being able to express it. This is you expressing the daemon, right? So I will be going into, in later videos, I will be going into rituals, whether they be on my Patreon or they be on my channel, but I'll be going into what exactly the daemon is further, and then on top of that, I'll have rituals on my Patreon showing you how to invoke the daemon, or how to bring as without, so within, as within, so without, bringing your daemon out into this reality and into this world, and then as well embracing it. If you feel that you're not exactly connected to your daemon, or you don't know what it is yet, you might even be expressing it and not even realize. But also, things in which you can grow your connection to the daemon is meditation, along with clearing your mind, ritual to connect with the daemon, right? As Crowley said with his, I believe it was the HGA ritual, the Holy Guardian Angel, or as well the Bornless Rite. These are ways in which magicians have connected to their daemon throughout time. But at the same time, there's no just one ritual or one deity that can connect you, or just one one practice, it's not just one thing, it's not one and done, but it's more something that you uncover over time. Even me understanding myself as a Tanu, right? The shift from O'Shea into a Tanu, that is me becoming my Daemon. In the beginning, I was connected, I was embracing, but in the end, when I went through the Sephiroth and then as well the Clip-Off, it's when I got to Thagirion that I uncovered the second half of my Daemon, the second half of myself. And this is truly, it wasn't until this Clipothic sphere that I understood what my Daemon was. And then from that, then, you know, you cross the abyss. And then from crossing the abyss, this is when you reintegrate your Daemon into yourself, into your being, and then you go along the journey to make it to Thamael. So with that, you guys, I hope this was informative for you. If it was, let me know by leaving a like. And if you have been enjoying my content lately, feel free to subscribe. Again, my name's O'Shea. As well, you can call me a Tanu, and this is OccultcatTv. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Peace and namaste. Know thyself and embrace your journey.